Hey, Marvel, Star Wars called. It wants its everything back.
I'm sorry, Cassie.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania is about Ant-Man and Wasp and the entire ant family getting sucked down to the quantum realm and coming across Kang the Conqueror. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to reveal anything else about this movie. And this is the lowest rated Marvel movie, somehow lower than Eternals. And does it deserve that score? No. Still no. Eternals still the worst Marvel movie for me. I honestly enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It's definitely the most unique Marvel movie out there. It feels like Star Wars and Dune mixed, honestly, and I kind of like that. You know me, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and at the end of the day, the first act is what brings this movie down for me. The first act is extremely choppy and extremely fast paced to the point the CGI feels off a bit, and it's like, did you guys shoot this last and shoot the rest of the movie first? I feel like this is an afterthought because at the core of this movie, it's really Kang the Conqueror, and that's when he shows up is the second act. It feels like this movie just wanted to get going at the second act. Second act and on, I really had a blast. It's where the movie elevates itself. It's where it gets better. The special effects get better. Everything gets better. And we're introduced to little Jonathan Majors, aka Kang the Conqueror, and I'm saying I'm really hyped. I'm really hyped for the Kang Dynasty now. I'm really hyped because Kang the Conqueror steals the show for me. When he walks on screen, you're like, oh crap, this ain't the dude from Loki. I still enjoyed the Kang from Loki. I was hyped from Loki because when we saw him in Loki, I'm like, all right, sweet, we got a little bit of Kang, and then it's like no Kang for a while, then Kang and Quantumania. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And I want this dude to be the next Thanos. The final act of this movie is so much fun. There's so much going on, and I had a blast during the final act. Also, MODOK is in this movie. It's not a spoiler because he was in the trailer. So it was cool to see MODOK. I think they did him justice in the MCU. And overall, guys, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania picks up at the start of the second act. The first act just drags and the CGI looks awful, but when you get to the second and third act, everything looks amazing. It's like, all right, let's up the budget, let's up everything, let's up the ante, and I feel like that's the true story they wanted to tell. It's a fun Ant-Man adventure introducing the new big bad of the MCU, and I'm very hyped. And overall, I'm gonna give Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania an A-. Yeah, I really had a blast with this movie after the first act because the first act, again, just drags this movie out. It feels rushed, choppy, and it's like, oh, okay, second act started, Kang's here, let's get going, boys, and it looks spectacular, it's fun, it's energetic, and yeah, it's not the worst MCU movie. It's still a great MCU movie. It's very different from any other MCU movie out there, and I can't wait to see what they do with Kang in the future. I hope they don't ruin him, but yeah, that's all for this time. Punch that like button, face like boss. See you guys in the next show. Bye-bye!